No one in the galaxy ever thought humans would matter. Among hundreds of spacefaring species, humans were young and new. Their ships were slow. Their weapons were simple. Their planet Earth was loud and divided to the great alien empires. Humans were nothing more than a small experiment of nature. That was why the aliens came. The Zorvath Alliance was one of the strongest powers in the galaxy. They controlled dozens of star systems and hundreds of worlds. Their soldiers were tall, armored, and cold. They believed in one rule only: the strong must rule the weak. When Zorvath scouts discovered Earth, the decision was easy. Test them, the High Command ordered. If they fail, we take their planet. The aliens did not come with warships first. They came with observers from high orbit. Silent alien stations watched Earth. They studied human cities, wars, love, art, and pain. They saw humans fight each other, yet help strangers. They saw humans break, yet stand again. The data confused them. Humans were weak alone, but strange together. Still, the Zorvath believed numbers and logic would win. So they began the tests. The first contact, a quiet night. Strange lights appeared in Earth's sky. Satellites failed. Radios filled with static. Then, one message reached every screen, every language, every nation. We are the Zorvath Alliance. You have been selected for evaluation. Panic spread across Earth. Governments tried to speak. Armies prepared. People prayed, ran, and watched the sky in fear. Then the message continued. One human will represent your species. Refusal means extermination. The world fell silent. After long hours of fear and debate, one human was chosen. Not a soldier. Not a king. Just a man known for calm thinking and courage. His name did not matter to the aliens. He was simply human, Subject 1. A beam of blue light took him from Earth, and the tests began. The silent chamber. The human woke inside a massive alien structure. Cold metal walls surrounded him. Strange symbols glowed softly. Tall alien figures watched from behind transparent barriers. The Zorvath scientists spoke. Among themselves, heart rate elevated. Fear detected. Subject appears fragile. The human stood slowly. His hands were empty. His eyes moved, watching everything. The first test was simple. Pain. A sharp energy pulse struck his arm. He cried out and fell to one knee. Sensors showed damage, stress, and shock. The aliens nodded, as expected. But then the human did something unexpected. He stood up again. Blood ran from his arm, but his eyes were focused. He did not scream again. He did not beg. Instead, he whispered words the translators barely caught. For Earth. The Zorvath paused. The pain increased. Muscles shook. Bones cracked. Still, the human did not fall again. After several minutes, the test ended. Result: human survived. The aliens were surprised, but not impressed. Luck, one scientist said. Next test. The fear test. The chamber changed. The human suddenly saw Earth burning. Cities destroyed. Oceans boiling. Humans screaming. His family gone. His planet dashed dead. It felt real. His knees gave way. Tears filled his eyes. His breathing became fast and broken. The aliens watched closely. This is where he breaks, the commander said. But instead of giving up, the human closed his eyes. He took a deep breath. The vision continued, but he stood again. His face was full of pain, yet his body remained still. I will remember them, he said quietly. That is how humans survive. The chamber went silent. Fear levels were high. Mental stress was extreme. But the human mind did not collapse. The test ended early. Result: unexpected resistance. The Zorvath commanders began to talk in low voices. Humans feel fear deeply. Yes, but they move forward anyway. Still, they believed the final test would end this. The final test was the simplest and cruelest. The human was shown two paths. One path led to freedom. He could return to Earth alone, safe, alive. The other path led to death. If he chose it, Earth would be spared. Humans would live, but he would die. The aliens smiled. No species chooses death, they said. Instinct always wins. The human stood between the paths. His hands shook. His breath was slow. His heart raced. He thought of his home, his people, their flaws, their hope. He spoke softly. Humans are not strong because we live, he said. We are strong because we protect. He stepped toward death. The chamber exploded with alarms. Energy readings spiked. Emotional output reached impossible levels. The alien systems struggled to understand what they were seeing. This is wrong, a scientist said. No species scores this high in emotional strength. The human collapsed. As the test ended, but the result was clear. The unexpected war begins. The Zorvath Alliance had made a mistake. Their tests did not break humans. They revealed them, the commanders argued. Some wanted to destroy Earth immediately. Others felt something new. Fear, because if humans could endure pain, face fear, and choose sacrifice, what would they do in war? Before a final decision was made, something happened. Earth's defense systems, old and simple, detected the alien stations. Human engineers working together across nations launched a desperate counterdash signal. It damaged one alien station, just one, but two, the Zorvath. It was impossible. A pre-warp species damaged our technology, a commander said in disbelief. At that moment, the Zorvath realized the truth. This was no longer a test. This was the beginning of an unexpected war, and humans had already taken the first step. Asterisk. The Zorvath Alliance had never felt fear before. They had conquered worlds older than Earth. They had crushed species stronger than humans. Their history was written with victories, not doubts. But now, inside the command chamber, silence ruled. That the data from the tests floated in the air as glowing symbols. Numbers, graphs, and warning signs blinked again and again. Pain tolerance, high fear resistance, extreme emotional strength. Unprecedented. This must be an error, one commander said. No, the chief scientist replied slowly. We have checked it 3 times. The human was unconscious now, resting inside a containment field. His body was weak, damaged, and tired. Yet the readings around his mind were still rising. That made no sense. How can a weak species show such strength? The commander asked. The scientist hesitated. Because their strength is not physical, he said. It is something else. A dangerous discovery. The Zorvath Council gathered from across the galaxy. Massive beings appeared as holograms, their eyes sharp and cold. The tests were meant to judge usefulness, the Supreme Commander said. Instead, they revealed a threat. Some council members agreed. If humans unite, one said, they could become dangerous. Others disagreed. They are still primitive, another replied. Their ships are slow. Their weapons are crude. The scientist stepped forward. You are looking at the wrong data, he said. Humans do not win with technology alone. They win with will. The council paused. Explain, the Supreme Commander ordered. The scientist showed another set of images. Humans helping each other during disasters. Humans standing together in war. Humans rebuilding after loss. They break, he said. But they always rise again. And when one falls, another stands. That frightened the Council more than any weapon. Earth's answer while the aliens debated. Earth did not stay silent. Human scientists had traced the alien signal. Engineers, hackers, and researchers worked without rest. Nations shared secrets they once hid. Old enemies worked side by side for the first time. Earth moved as one. A simple probe was launched toward the alien station. It carried no weapon, only a message. We know you are there. The probe exploded before reaching the station. But the message arrived. The Zorvath commanders stared in shock. They found us. One whispered they were not supposed to. Another said THR spread quietly. The human awakens, the human representative. Opened his eyes. Pain filled his body. Every breath hurt. He was weak, broken, and exhausted. Yet his first words were not about himself. Earth. He asked. The translator repeated the word. The scientist answered honestly. Your planet still lives. The human closed his eyes in relief. You chose death, the commander said coldly. Why? The human looked at them. Because someone had to, he said. That is what humans do. The commander studied him carefully. You know, we may still destroy your world, he said. The human nodded slowly. Then others will fight, he replied. I am not special. That answer shook the room. If this human was not special, how many more were like him? The simulation, the Zorvath decided to test one final thing. War, they ran a full simulation. Zorvath fleets versus human forces. Technology versus instinct. The results appeared instantly. At first, humans lost badly. Their ships were destroyed. Their defenses fell. But then something changed. Humans adapted. They used old machines in new ways. They sacrificed ships to save fleets. They turned weakness into traps. The simulation showed a long war, a very long war, and at the end, no winner. Instead, both sides suffered massive losses. The Council stared at the final result. This war would cost us too much, the Supreme Commander said quietly, and humans would never stop, the scientist added. That was the most terrifying part. A choice for the galaxy. Zorvath Alliance had two paths: destroy Earth now, or leave it alone forever. The commanders argued fiercely. If we let them live, one said, they may return stronger. If we attack, another replied, we may awaken something unstoppable. Silence followed. Finally, the Supreme Commander spoke. Humans were tested for weakness, he said. But we found resilience. They were tested for fear. But we found courage. They were tested for obedience. But we found sacrifice. He looked at the human one last time. We will not make them our enemy. The terrifying result, the final decision, was recorded in the galactic archives. Humans, protected species. Threat level, rising. Recommendation: never provoke the alien stations powered down. Fleets retreated into deep space. Before leaving, the Zorvath sent one final message to Earth. We tested you. You frightened us. Live well. The human representative was returned safely to his planet. Earth watched the skies. As the lights vanished, they did not know the full truth. They did not know that the strongest empire in the galaxy had stepped back. Not because of weapons, but because of who humans were. Final words in the dark corners of space. Alien commanders warned their young. Do not judge humans by their size. Do not test their limits, and never make them choose between survival and sacrifice. Because when humans are tested, the results terrify the galaxy.